started by his predecessor. Former PM Justin Trudeau made it his practice to answer all questions in the House of Commons on Wednesday, a gesture meant to approve accountability within the chamber. A source in the Prime Minister's office confirms Carney will not carry on the same practice. Trudeau said in 2017 that he thought it was important for all MPs to be able to ask questions of the Prime Minister, not just party leaders. There was some debate around the time among other parties about whether the move would allow Trudeau to dodge questions on the other days of the week. Wednesday, we'll see the first question period of the spring legislative session following the election of House Speaker. Oh yeah, so now I forgot to mention that part. We don't have Greg Fergus anymore. So we've gone through the Nazi inviting House Speaker, Anthony Rota. We've gone through the corrupt stop muting the mic, Greg Fergus, and now we're going through some Quebecer guy. It's just a rotating door of corruption, it seems. So question period in House and the Parliament is going different, which is not me deterring you from tuning in. I'm still going to be live streaming it for as long as I possibly can. I genuinely have an interest in what they are saying. So if you want to watch question period and you think that it's just a little boring watching it on CPAC or Parlvu, feel free to click the link down below in the description or the pinned comment below and go to House of Canada and stay tuned for those live streams. Because as a community with comment section, with commentary, with interaction, it's going to be very, very fun. At least we're going to try to make it very fun. But now let's get back to some other Canadian news, such as the fact that in Newfoundland, a guy who to beat a guy to buy, MP who won narrow Newfoundland recount explains why his province is shifting blue. For those who don't know, the East Coast is quite liberal. Yeah, there's a lot of conservatives out there, but just how the map goes, it's quite liberal.
We come with the best showing in New.
In less than 24 hours, you will have $1,000 in your account, and then $1,000 a day in just 5 minutes. Many people have already tested this mix.
leadership itself has been tested with, unfortunately, some speakers in the middle of the chamber after extended it's all gone downhill. Comment on that. Mr. Speaker, you are at the top. Often the best thing you can do is allow the players to play a little bit. This is where the government is held to account. They have an enormous amount of power, and we, parliamentarians, must provide ruthless scrutiny on every dollar taken out of their pockets.
According to Tony, he didn't do it for motivation, as motivation wouldn't be enough to convince your mind to walk over hot coals. He actually used a method we invented called
In the House of Commons as Prime Minister.
The Honorable Prime Minister.
Okay. Merci beaucoup. Merci tout le monde.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone.
Rise in this house for the first time. Constituents in the PN with a great honor. Mr. Speaker, for the trust that they've put in this government, but in all members of this great house. Hear, hear. Mr. Speaker, I have much to learn from the members of this great house. I will make mistakes. I have no doubt that you will call them out for good reason. Because this house has rules. It has traditions. And it's on those traditions that our Athenian democracy is founded. Yes, we are Athens.
They are wrong.
That, ladies and gentlemen, concludes the video. I'd love to know what you guys think down below in comments. Do you think that this is still going to be entertaining to watch? Do you think it's going to be worthwhile to watch? Do you think that Carney stands a chance in the House? Let me know your guys' truthful, honest comments. As always, since we've reached our video, if you haven't yet already, I'd like to encourage you guys to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in another video. Bye for now.
The prices blow my mind. I feel so rich. I feel like a billionaire. I'm shopping like a billionaire. I'm shopping like a billionaire. If you can download the 10 app and shop like a billionaire.
I disappeared for a few weeks, not because I was burnt out, but because I wanted to be better. I was always busy, but not always present, so I stopped reacting and built a system that actually works for me. I started using Motion. I planned my whole life out. Now, my entire work is run with project templates. I also used AI projects to map out the path to my personal goals, like running a marathon.
This is the Canadian Taxpayers Federation podcast, where we are dedicated to lower taxes, less waste, and more accountable government. I'm Chris Sims. I'm the Alberta Director for the CTF. I'm here with my friend and colleague, Franco Terrazzano. Franco, this is a little bit of a special edition of the podcast because we are fresh off of a speech from the throne. And for the nerds who follow us, it's literally called a throne speech because we are a constitutional monarchy. And in this case, His Majesty the King, Charles III, actually flew in from London for this and delivered the throne speech. In normal people talk, though, this is generally what will start a session of Parliament. And especially after an election where we have a new Prime Minister, this is going to kick off the politics season here in Canada. Franco, what jumped out at you? What was the... So, did you catch the King's speech? The speech from the throne usually is lacking in detail, but it's a good indicator to see what a government is going to do. In this case, it's important to know what this current Liberal government from Ottawa is going to do to us taxpayers. A couple of things really jumped out, but today I want to focus on the CBC. Yeah. Included in the throne speech was the notion of protecting the CBC. Many problems with that. Okay, so before the last election, the Liberal government said that it was going to, at least on recommendation, increase the spending on the CBC. So as of right now, taxpayers are on the hook for about $1.4 billion per year for the CBC. To put that money into perspective, that money could cover the salaries of about 7,000 paramedics plus 7,000 police officers per year. Yeah, the CEO of the CBC is paid around $500,000 with a crazy bonus of over 20%. And yeah, spoiler alert, the new CBC CEO getting paid the same amount as the last CBC CEO. So they haven't learned any lessons whatsoever at the state broadcaster. But here's the thing. The Liberal government is planning on spending more of your money on the CBC. Yeah, if they go with these recommendations, they're going to be spending well over $2 billion per year on this thing. To put that kind of money into perspective, that kind of money could cover the annual grocery bills of more than 150,000 families. Yeah, what they're planning on spending on the CBC in Media Corporation could otherwise cover the annual grocery bills of more than 150,000 families. Folks, we shouldn't be doing this. The CBC is a huge waste of money. Next to nobody is watching it. Like around 2% of Canadians in prime time are tuning in to watch CBC News. And their drama and fiction programming isn't getting big ratings either. So the CBC is a huge waste of money. Next to nobody is watching the thing anymore. And journalists should not be paid by the government. This is an inherent conflict of interest. And use the last election as an example. Just picture this, because this is what actually happened. Candidate A says, I'm going to defund this multi-huge media corporation. I'm going to take taxpayers' money away from it. It's going to be gone. You're going to have to work on your own. Candidate B in the election says, I'll hand you more money. How is that newsroom supposed to cover that story straight? You see this huge glaring conflict of interest? Yeah, folks, we need to defund the CBC. Those who like it and watch it and listen to it can pay for it themselves. The CBC can raise money through subscriptions and donations, okay? It is well past time to defund the CBC and to get off this crazy train. Head on over to our website, taxpayer.com. Sign the petition to defund the CBC and stop paying the media. Come.
I mean, the construction is underway. It's going. This is like phase 2B. Well, although so was Avenue and
Whiskey.
why these residents are emboldened, thinking, okay, maybe we can reverse this sucker. There you go. All that and more on the CTV News at 6. You can listen to it right here on News Talk 1010 after the Jim Richards Show.
Now.
We'll talk soon, Michelle. All right, take care. So, interesting tidbit I learned this morning that surprised me. And I'm going to ask a whole whack of stupid questions about it because it doesn't make sense to me. CB24, our sister station, had a story about a particular theft that is happening in Oshawa. Durham Regional Police have issued a warning, and in fact, their constable, Sudhi Krishnamurthy, joins me now to talk about this. Welcome to the program, Constable.
Thank you for having me.
So, what's being stolen in Durham?
So we've seen a growing number of pocket thefts from air conditioning conditioning and heat pump units, especially the downtown Oshawa area as well as the surrounding neighborhoods. Both residential and commercial properties are being targeted. Since the beginning of the year, we've had about 22 reported incidents involving theft of copper piping and wires from these units in Oshawa.
So these are just the coils that would be inside most of our air conditioners.
Yes, these would be the coils.
And I don't even know to look. My air conditioners are bad. I haven't turned it on yet. I mean, like, how are people even discovering that their air conditioners have like, the copper stolen out of them?
Right. Yeah, it's very hard to notice if any.
Hold on. Come. What I have for you? Come. Get back. Get. I can't see from here.
Actually, take the garage.
Yeah, because I got a free lawnmower. But I had to fix it too. Yeah, but I got the whole enclosure in the back. You try to see it if you guys have Thank you.
Yeah,
Very proud of it. Probably.
I promise. From now on, I will compensate. Okay?
Thank you. Oh, why don't you do that? What? Okay. You go back to sleep? Hmm? Go back to sleep? Okay, well, we'll leave it there. It's not for you. They're all excited for nothing. Having a stroke? Oh. You want to go back inside? You even better to go back inside than me. Come on, it's too hot out here for you. Come on. Don't you? Oh. Such a brat. I really can't even do anything.
Legs. And they're not cheap. Is there anything that you recommend from Durham Police to help prevent the theft in the first place? I mean, it's your air conditioner constantly sitting out there.
Yeah, it's a little hard other than.
My landlady tried to fucking take my air conditioner out when I was still pregnant. That's that. Fucking.
During the night, especially, you might be able to see someone walking by or actually. Which could help us. Sometimes I can not just like the one out here.
And so far, you don't have any systems in this.
I do not have any information if they have been behavior or multiple suspects.
Constable Suki Schwartz is with Durham Police. Thanks so much for joining me this afternoon.
Thank you for the time.
On all of the major routes in the city now, eastbound on the 401 and the collectors pass. Your next update at 4 o'clock. I'm To make sure you can avoid the stress and the lawsuits, you need to call the team that has the solution and will guarantee that you can buy the next turn on time without the stress and without lawsuits. The Ballard guarantee benefits from registered for you. Call 416-917-5454. That's 416-917-5454. And go to Betlio.com. That's Betlio.com and start playing with confidence.
The My Choice sales event is back at Nissan and the choice is yours. Choose our best-selling Rogue, always ready for adventure. Or the dynamic Sentra, packed with safety features. Or the all-new boldly redesigned Kicks. And now during My Choice, you can choose up to $1,500 in Nissan bonus or accessory credit. Or choose 3-year prepaid maintenance. Hurry into your local Nissan dealer today. $1,500 applies to Sentra and select Rogue models when leasing or financing through NCF. Conditions apply. See Nissan.ca for details.
Amazon has everything for every kind of Father's Day. Whether that's a waffle maker for his beloved breakfast in bed,
Come to Papa.
or new pickleball paddles for some friendly father-son competition.
Come to Papa. Yeah!
Or gifts like a steel shaker for his signature Dad Haddon cocktail.
Come to Papa.
From cookware to sports gear, shop everything for Father's Day on Amazon.
Welcome aboard Via Rail. Please sit and enjoy. Please sit and stretch. Steep. Flip. Or that and enjoy. Via Rail. Love the way.
What did you do? I saved her. Crave is the exclusive home of HBO's biggest series, The Last of Us.
I'm your back. You're mine.
Stream all episodes of the Emmy-winning hit critics call breathtaking, shattering, and a masterpiece.
By the time the sun comes up tomorrow, you'll be dead.
The Last of Us, an HBO original. All episodes stream now, only on Crave. Proudly Canadian. Subscribe now at crave.ca.
Hey, this is Ruby Carr, the host of the podcast Encore. Do you find yourself singing Shania Twain's Man, I Feel Like a Woman every time you do karaoke with your friends? You're not alone. Billboard has named that song the #1 karaoke hit of all time. Tune into Encore, the stories behind the songs you love, for the unbelievable story of Canada's own Shania Twain and Man, I Feel Like a Woman. Listen to Encore on the iHeart app or wherever you get your podcasts for that and more stories behind all the songs you love. For info.
I'm standing and cheering for Canada. Hi, this is Chantal Kreviazik. It's not our way to boast, but Canadians are standing strong from coast to coast to coast to protect Canadian jobs and support Canadian businesses for this country that only us command. Shop as if your country depends on it. Keep your money in Canada for Canada.
The county just requested more electric charging stations.
Orders have really amped up at Able Electric.
We need 3 more at First in Maine, and we just got another hotel chain.
It's no shock. Able Electric needs able electricians.
Grocery store wants charging stations too.
And fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/claim now and get $100 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Yesterday, we talked about being distracted at the office, and Jim Richards came in.
Jacko.
The trade and security pact with the United States. And so I think he's trying to negotiate an overall package and overall strategy where everybody's going to have to give and take. Little bit. The other is, of course, that Canadians need to get real about the fact that we are on the front line, that our adversaries with hypersonic missiles, with advanced cruise missiles, with drone swarms. In the 1950s, when we had intercontinental ballistic missiles, Canada was a flyover country. The Arctic was flyover territory. We are now a target because whether you hit the United States or you hit China, it's going to have the same disruptive effect on the continent. And so this is about. It may cost us nothing. It may cost us a few radar installations that the Prime Minister negotiated as well.
Come on. Come on inside. Come on. 1, 2. Oh my God, we're killing him.
Other countries, you can only control what you can control. And what we can control here now is decisions around strengthening our sovereignty and our security. We can also control our expenditures.
McGinty says Canada will take immediate and decisive action to rebuild its military. Mayor Olivia Chow is also in Ottawa today. Her office says it's part of the push to get Toronto's priorities on the radar for Mark Carney's new Liberal government. She's expected to ask for more support for housing and infrastructure projects. Chow attended question period and is meeting with the minister responsible for those two files. Talks have resumed today in Ottawa between negotiators for Canada Post and the Canadian Union of Postal Workers. The Crown Corporation presented its latest offer to the union last week, and the union says Canada Post now plans to respond to its latest counter proposal. Despite serving a strike notice last week,